Nearly 6 million people have fled Venezuela in recent years, making it the second largest exodus of refugees on the planet. Only the Syrian civil war has displaced more people. Not all of these migrants are headed north for the United States. Many are taking an equally dangerous route to the south. Chuck Holton brings us this firsthand look from South America on the border of Bolivia and Chile.
Migrants catch rides when they can, and failing that, walk. They're spread out among back roads leading south through Colombia, Peru, and here in Bolivia. They've left home countries like Venezuela because it's almost impossible to survive on the minimum salary of only $2 a month.
Most people don't have a way to survive in Venezuela.
This man and his family have already been on the road for months, but they're not headed to the United States. They're headed south to a country which enjoys the highest standard of living in all of Latin America. And they've trekked through several countries to get here.
Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. Now we go to Chile.
He's run out of money, however, so his family occupies this street corner, hoping their luck will improve.
Candy, face masks, pens. We sell whatever we can to survive. The process is just to get passage, little by little, border by border.
Venezuela is now the source of the world's second largest mass exodus after Syria, and it's being felt throughout the hemisphere. I'm up over 12,000 feet on the Bolivian Altiplano, and this ditch behind me is the border between Bolivia and Chile. And right now there are thousands of migrants crossing this border illegally here in broad daylight, and even more will cross at night. That's a real problem. And those soldiers you see on the Chilean side are there to try to stop the migration that's coming across this border at a rate of thousands per week. But it's very difficult because no matter how far out the soldiers post, the migrants just walk a little bit further and cross illegally anyway. That's a big problem because it's very dangerous up here at night. It gets super cold, it's very dry, and so many of these migrants are dying along the way. Local media report that nearly 30 people have died making the crossing over the last 12 months. Soldiers tell me they're here to keep that from happening, although they see their efforts as futile.
The path is dangerous when they come illegally because the temperature can easily dip below zero in this sector. People come this way basically looking for an easy way in. From here, they can walk just a kilometer or so and enter without trouble. Then they come back here and are put into a camp run by the police. They fill out a form seeking asylum and then undergo a quarantine of about 14 days.
These Bolivian locals feel the military only makes things worse.
Down there they have to cross in water up to their waists, and some have children. What are they supposed to do?
Given the choice, though, between this desert and the more deadly Darien Gap, many migrants decide to head south instead of north. They hope to find work in Chile, where they can earn more in a day than they can earn in a month in their home countries. Still, most hope this isn't permanent.
My hope is that things get better in Venezuela and we can go back to our country. That's it. That's all we want. We have faith that one day it will happen.
Until then, Chile will have something in common with America as they struggle to find a way to deal with tens of thousands of desperate people flooding across their borders. In the Bolivian desert, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.
That's a story you're not going to hear elsewhere, but the crisis in Venezuela is absolutely heartbreaking. The poverty that has descended upon that country, that people just can't get enough money to live, and so causing this huge migration. It's not just to our southern border, it's every single country in South America. They're all facing this crisis, and whether it's Chile, Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia. Colombia is carrying the brunt of it because the refugee camps are right across its border. Let us pray for the government in Venezuela. Let us pray for the people there that this crisis could stop. This is a man-made crisis, and it's made because of politics. That's what's going on here. There's no natural disaster behind this. It's completely because of the political system that has been imported into Venezuela, primarily from Cuba. And you look at it, and you look at the human cost, and you say, how could anyone still believe in that nonsense? You get into that kind of politics, you can expect widespread